Good start today with FIFO, giving you lots of thoughts about reviews. And now we're going to move away from the abstract third person leave a review behind a screen to three people who are going to talk to us about their sectors and what's happened in social media this year and what's the current buzzes, what's the big things to know about in all your sectors. And you'll be pleased to know we've got somebody representing the tourist boards, hoteliers and tour operations. So that's going to cover a wide area. Sorry if you're into airlines. British Airways pulled out yesterday, but we'll leave that aside. So I'm going to introduce each of them in turn to come up and speak for 10 minutes, and then we'll sit down and have a chat and throw it open to the floor as ever. I would like first off to introduce Katharina Fischer, who's head of social for the German National Tourist Board. She's been in that job for 2 or 3 years now, I believe, and is, I can say with all confidence, widely regarded in the social media blogger world. Nodding of heads over here, thank you very much. And she knows what she's talking about. So I'd like to invite Katharina onto the stage. She's got a skirt on, so I'm helping her up. Ladies and gentlemen, Katharina Fischer, German National Tourist Office.
Hi, welcome everybody. Good morning. I think it's appropriate to say good morning. And I do not have any presentation, so it's just talking, me to you, so don't be afraid. But I'd like to start with a video, which is a blogger video. And this is one of the videos from our 25 years campaign, because this year we are celebrating the fall of the Berlin Wall on Sunday. So next year we are celebrating the reunification. And, we thought about how to, start the campaign, how to get the content to put online, how to interact with people, to make it a reason to come to Germany. Because it's one thing that you know about this historical event, but it's the other thing to come to Germany and, to visit Berlin or other destinations in Germany. And so we thought about how to make it more interactive and how to, create content which is really great to share, which is, enticing, which is, another kind of content as a normal kind of image video, I might say so. And this is a video about Hainisch. Ever heard about Hainisch National Park?
No.
No, of course. So I just, start the video, have a look, and maybe afterwards I'd really like to know if you would like to go there. Just tell me, honestly. Okay. Where is it? Oh, it's here. Can you hear it?
No, there's no sound.
Maybe I have to...
Oh.
Listen to our Thuringian forest's ancient poems. See our wooden brothers and sisters reaching, stretching branched arms out to catch the light. Open your ears. Listen to clear winds cleansing our air. Can you hear the tunes of ancient time entering the wise forest of your heart? Inhale, breathe deeply, taste fresh forest. Inhale the cool, protective shade into your lungs. Stand still as an oak rooted deep in the rich soil. Roots diving downward to quench thirst, and our trunks pulsing skyward. Stand among us in nature's cathedral, timeless and immense. Come stretch your arms, embrace your life. Among us, our arms reaching out.
content I think we need. And as I said, this is blogger content. This is not stock content or a content from an agency put together. And it's, you know, the thing, for example, to work with bloggers for us is just to have this, sorry, I just have to switch that out again. So, is that we have, first of all, the content, which is a very important thing, because content marketing, especially when it comes to social media and online marketing, especially when it comes to present a destination and to present it in a way that is enticing, that users come to your website and not have just, you know, static information, have other informations from other travelers, from professional travelers. This is the way we like to, you know, develop or increase our content marketing and our content strategy. And we think that definitely video content is the way to go, and it's the thing we have really into or take into consideration for the next years, because great video content will, you know, get to the people out there and will be shared, will be commented, and will be placed on other platforms as well. And it's one thing that we have it on our platform, but also if we have it on other platforms and if we have it in an interaction with other peoples, with other users, with other travelers, then we have, you know, a good kind of, you know, reaching the goal out of it, get it out there and get the people involved. And the other things with bloggers, and so you get the idea that bloggers plays an important role in our social media marketing. The other thing with bloggers is that we have the content, but we also have the reach. We have additional traffic. We can reach other communities. We can reach specific target groups. We can, you know, put our, you know, kind of or a sum of budget and a sum of effort in our social media marketing to a specific target group. And even if this target group is quite small, and even if the, you know, the traffic it's not so huge on that blog, it doesn't matter. We should, you know, think in a long-term kind of development and in a long-term kind of marketing, how we can get to interact with these people, the specific target groups, how we can, you know, entice them to interact with our destination, whether it's food, whether it's architecture, whether it's shopping, whether it is, you know, the lonely traveler or the family traveler, or even the, you know, design traveler who's looking for great designs, which we have a lot in Germany. So this is another kind of topic we consider when it comes to blogger, hence social media marketing, hence online marketing. So social media marketing is a part of the online marketing, and so is it the blogger relations thing. It's not a press kind of public relation thing, and we do not see it like that. We have it as a special kind of topic or a special kind of department in our social media department, and it's a special kind of you know, way to interact with with a traveler of tomorrow or other travelers who have been to Germany before. And this is, you know, I see it in a way that we as a DMO have to go further in the travel cycle, because formally, and still some people think that, our task is to, of course, entice. Our task is to be present in the first two stages when it comes to information, when it comes to planning. So then we, you know, should be present. We should be, you know, out there on different platforms, and of course with our own website. And we should be, you know, convince the traveler to come to Germany, at least. But with all this software, with all the social media possibilities out there, and also with the hardware out there, we have to move forward. We have to step forward in the other phases of the travel cycle. We have to think about how to interact with the traveler when he or she is in Germany, and also how to interact afterwards. There's, we had this already, the reviews come in with that. And especially when the traveler is in Germany, we can, we have a really huge potential to get the most out of it and to convince the traveler to come back or to share, of course, their experiences and their adventures. We can't do this alone. We have to do it with partners, with our partners, but we have to think about good strategies. And social media, with all the possibilities to share, to comment, to be online for yourself, to be a publisher on your own, to create your own content, to comment, to give your views, this is a great opportunity for us as well. But of course, as a DMO, we always look for good ways to handle it, and we have to handle it. And we always have to, of course, to think about how, what is the kind of incentives or what is the kind of, kind of thing we get out also for us and for the traveler as well. And we started last year, for example, with our free Wi-Fi app. So we put all the free Wi-Fi hotspots in Germany in one app so that it is easy to find them, because it's really important that you have, of course, internet when you're traveling, and that you have, cheap internet or free internet. And it's not such an easy thing in Germany, but you try to put it in this app and all the free Wi-Fi spots and add some kind of hotspots, which were already recommended by young Germans for the travelers from abroad. And we try to entice the travelers to put their own hotspots online and to share their experiences and to, comment to other users and to other travelers. And they did. It took quite a while to, to get the thing running and to get the traffic on the website, which is linked to the Hotspots app, and where you can post from the app directly to the website. And but this is the kind of content, as I said, we need. So this is a kind of professional blogger content, which is in between our content, static informational content, blogger content, and then we have the user content, personal, user content from the travelers. And this is the kind of mix, from my point of view, we should develop, and we should use more in the future in order to, to get the people on our website to be the platform, the website, the content generator for Destination Germany when you think about, go to Europe and to Germany. And then we can also provide traffic, we can provide a kind of incentive also for our partners, and we can, get this content more lively and get this more interactive with the traveler. Another thing, another very important development or a very important issue is how to prove to our partners, stakeholders, that works. This is really, really crucial, because especially when it comes to social media marketing, it's always the thing, okay, you have certain kind of pictures, you have certain kind of comments and likes. What does it mean? What does it mean at the end? So we really have to get better, I might say so, and prove to ourselves and to our partners that we generate traffic with it, that we get people on certain kind of offers, for example, which we might have in a tab or in a campaign which we run on Facebook, or which we might have here in this video. This is finally the output we like to have, that people go to this national park in this region, that they, that they have their holidays there. And this is really challenging sometimes. We have different statistic tools, and we have different ways to look at it. But that's why when it comes to such social media campaigns, when it comes to blogger campaigns, and when it comes at least, or at the end, to online campaigns, we always ask for the output, or what is your goal? Traffic, a kind of conversion. Would you like to promote a special offer? Or would you like to have more content for a specific theme? or would you like to have that you get, users on your website, which was a main goal for the Youth Hotspots website, so the website we created last year with this app together. And this kind of specific goals are really, really important for the social media marketing and for the, a kind of ongoing and successful development in this area. So good. That's some insights.
Fascinating.
Thank
you very much, Katarina. Can I invite you to take a seat? That was a very beautiful video. Can I ask you about that? Did you commission that video, presumably?
Yeah.
And who produced it? Is it professional?
It's professional video bloggers. It's Story Travelers and Kick to Grind TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's done by bloggers as opposed to a media company as such?
It's done by bloggers.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, that is without doubt the best quality blogger video I've ever seen, because you don't normally get that sort of good content. Interesting. Do you pay them to do that?
Yes.
Did they do that for you? Or they didn't just offer it to you and say...
They are part of the 25 years campaign, though this is just one piece of the whole picture which we which we saw for this campaign. Yeah. So this is the, video visual content we think we need. Yeah. And then, it was for us quite quick decision to say we do it with this talented people.
Very interesting. The type of content we need is what you said earlier about video. I agree. Personally, I think video is right up there with needs to have for this year and certainly for the forthcoming years as well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. We'll come back to Katarina in a bit. We're moving on to our second speaker today, who is Marco Fanton, who has been running social at Melia Hotels for 3 years, responsible for the strategic development of all media brands, including the Soul Wave House. Who's heard of the Soul Wave House? One. It's the first Twitter hotel in the world, and you're about to learn more about it. So please give a hand to Marco. He's representing hotels clearly. And then if thereafter, we're going to have Amy, who is around somewhere. She's here now. She's moving around. She's from TUI. She's going to be talking about e-commerce for TUI in Europe as well. But, Marco.
Hear me?
Yes, you can now.
That's very strange. I feel like...
You look great.
Okay, thank you. Really glad to be here. And I have to say, let's open this presentation first, which is this one, right? Yeah, great. Great. Okay. Are we correct? No signal here. Right. Thank you for the German board, touristic German board. It's a pleasure to be here. Personally, quite surprised about many images from Germany that didn't expect to see. I mean, it surprised me really in terms of the beauty of the landscape, and it's definitely a place that personally I need to discover again. You always thinking then there is a place, situation, and you always think then your client, and it's not true. Your client is changed. The society is changed. There's a lot of things then you need to discover again as a company. And what's happening for us is really, in this, I bring here one story, one precise story to tell you, especially about how our client change. And this story is talking about millennials generation, which is not really about age. It's about our society, the way we are living, interacting with technology, the way we are thinking about our life, our time. And we understand, and we start to understand from there, many, many things. So we decided to have a little pilot because a lot of things change so quickly for us. Then we decided to try to understand. So let's introduce that to you. Melia Hotels International, it's a Spanish company founded back to the 56 and based in Palma de Mallorca, which is an island in front of Barcelona. We are now currently a global company presence in over 35 countries around the world, a pretty huge and pretty impressive presence in South America as a Spanish company. And what we did with this product, actually, we decide we have a really, Palma de Mallorca, it's our house, it's the place where everything starts as a company. And really Palma, especially in England, it's very well known. Some of Palma destination, some of Mallorca destination are very well known for party destination like Magaluf, for example, which is in the past years for many Brits, for example, it really was a kind of crazy destination to explore. In our case, what we decide together with the government of Palma de Mallorca that that destination need to be changed. Needed to be changed because there is not anymore that space, that kind of tourism that we're looking at. It's totally different. So we start to thinking about a new kind of clients. We started thinking about a new kind of experiences. And we had one precise hotel that we need to be totally redesigned. So it was a very good occasion for us to redesign a product around a new target, a new profile, a new experience. So that's how really starts this project at the Soul Wave House in Palma de Mallorca. We target with this kind of really profile of customer, which is totally different, always connected. There is not anymore many difference between a traveler for leisure or for business in this kind of future generation, because you try to have fun when you walk in. You need to be connected. That is a new style of life. That is a new target of people we're looking at. A new style of life, 4 people, 4 guests, 6 devices during the vacation, hyper-connected. So we start to see the way our guests interacting in a property, and we saw there is a lot of connections going on, but the surprise data, it's about a lot of connection, it's related to social media. We used to send postcards back home, back to the friends. We used to pick up a call back mom. Mom, I'm here, don't worry. What we're doing right now, we take selfie of ourselves. That is the new format of postcards. We WhatsApp back to family. Social media, it's part of our experiences and connectivity. So what we decide, we implemented a really agile format of developing. We want to create a pilot, learn from this pilot, bring a very strong message to our company inside, to our different marketing areas, but also to our developing people, to understand that the client, the guest, is really changing. So, low-risk pilot, knowledge about the guest profiles, the information about social media connectivity and data of our guests, all the information, create a new guest experiences, and talking about real time, because social media is real time. We are in hospitality business. We are not a startup technology company. We're talking about services. We're talking about delivering services in real time. So it's linking perfectly with our business, with our mission. And why? Why? And we want to change your perception of the destination, like I mentioned before. And why a Twitter hotel? Because basically Twitter, I mean, we have a huge community in Facebook, almost 2 million of fans through all 9 brands and different hotels. But we are not that big. We weren't that big in Twitter. Why Twitter? Twitter really, it's a very interesting social networks, and especially for travel and hospitality industry. And hotels are very afraid about Twitter. Why they are afraid about Twitter? So we start to learn about Twitter. And what we saw on Twitter was interesting, the trend of growing and the conversation. Basically, it's a travel-related conversation. It's growing year after year. And really dimensions, what the people talking about in their tweets, in terms of holidays, in terms of traveling, it's quite related to hotels, which is really link this network to our business. Are we ready to engage to that? That was our question. We don't know much about it. A lot of hotels mention. So we create a little, I think this infograph, it's like a concentrated version of our motto, of our manifesto for this hotel. Why Twitter? Because Twitter is personal. You are not usually following a brand. You follow people. Okay, that's his create a very one-by-one service connection. Twitter, it's real time, and Twitter is mobile. We were looking at a mobile experience based on mobile devices. And Twitter is quite viral as a connectivity. You are doing things real time. Your friends connected to you, your followers, are really looking what you're doing almost at the same time, interacting with you or not interacting with you, because it's a moment. So basically, was really matching a concept of services for us. So we start what we call a real-time experience, and that's the idea, to try to deliver an engagement experience virtual. We want to make a relationship, something that starts from the website, which is including for this hotel a real-time conversation. So if you go in on this particular hotel page in melia.com, you will see a real-time conversation, tweeting conversation. You will see on what's going on the property through tweets. And also you receive a lot of information that you see later on this, which is really based on what the experiences we build it's about. It's about decoration, themed rooms on Twitter experience. So maybe for, kind of a really Twitter junkies profile, okay? People who really are linked to these networks. Then we learn about the pre-stay engagement. In the moment you book in with us, you give in your Twitter profile, and a staff from the hotel, the Twitter concierge, start tweeting you. You want to do it DM, private messaging, you want to do it open, wherever you feel comfortable. But what that starts is two people. Remember, people to people, not a brand to a customer, people to people relationship. The same reason you keep going in a restaurant, because the guy who's run the restaurant is a nice fellow. The same kind of relationship we manage in a digital environment. In this case, it's a pre-arrival tweeting. The week you're coming, there is all this kind of events. Do you need something? Look the view from here. Look the swimming today. Look the pool today, etc. This kind of real content related and personalized to one person in a one-one relationship. And then we create, we had a huge opportunity to experiment, to introduce new technology. So we explore Wi-Fi connectivity, and we create something interesting that we share with you later, what we call the social app. Experience in real time, and the staff, pretty important. So we start to create call to tweets, things inside our properties, supporting this philosophy. So you have an hashtag for your room service. You want to fill your fridge, you tweet us that. And the staff will do it for you. So services, it's related to the medium, it's related to that. But let's go further on that. What really makes the difference in this experience was the creation of the local Wi-Fi application. Okay? So every one of us today, if you go in vacation, if you arrive at a new destination, the first things you are doing is turning on your devices and looking for a Wi-Fi. So what we're doing in our hotel, it's a Wi-Fi check-in concept. So you check in through the Wi-Fi, and the way you are looking for your Wi-Fi, we're giving for free the Wi-Fi connection, but you have to log in with your social network profile, with your Twitter profile. So what's happened there? Basically, you start, we pull out your data from your profile, and we create a little app, all the people connected real time in the place, in the hotel, through our Wi-Fi connection. What that's mean basically, like imagine everyone in the room right around here, if you need a Wi-Fi, all the guests are connected through one application. So you can see other people's pictures, you can see who is around you during the vacation. It's not a fake troll profile from China. It's a real guy, a real girl here in the same place with you. You can interact with this because remember, that is a very young target product. In that case, we decide to make a little bit of interaction supporting. So you can send, you can poke people, you can chat directly with people. It's the people around you, living a real experience mixed with a digital experience. So that was the kind of forced interaction that we have. Then we decide to physically, to give a hashtag to physical places, like Bali Bets, for example, have an hashtag. So you can refer to some guy through the application, or if you want to mention someone around you, you can play with hashtag, with physical hashtag spaces, okay? But you can book Bali Bets before your arrival through Twitter. So we learned by doing in this project, and it was so crazy. I mean, it was so exciting for us. But I think it's not about technology. Remember, we are a hospitality industry company. It's about people. Our staff, our Twitter concierge, no brand. People were tweeting using their own hashtag with their own names. And that was a part of the success of the full experiences. People like Ask Sophia, Karim, Ask Karim, these are real people, real staff from our hotel who connected, who link, who be mentioned by our guest, be part. And the guest also, I mean, that's, I think on the right you got a testimonial, which is an hashtag, Remember Wave. It's an organic hashtag created by guests because they felt very excited about our experiences. Then after the stay, in the share moment, when you're back home, they want to keep a conversation with us. And that is very, very strong. We have all the full touch points, all the different moments, before they're booking, when they're traveling, when they stay, and back home. Is that fantastic? It's really a relationship. And what's happening today? People need, I mean, selfie is a part of experience. I mentioned before, you want to be part of experience. We make a contest based on selfie. And what is really surprised us, and with delivery services, with usually normal services, like in this case, we treat you for offering you a bottle of cava, and that is a full conversation about people. One guest, he was asking for a cava bottle through Twitter, tweeting to our concierge. Please send me this later, not early, give me an hour. Why? I mean, you think I can raise my hand, I can have the waiter serve me the bottle of cava, but all this digital experience mixed with a real life, real vacation, my time, it's today part of what we have to deliver in as a part of our experiences. We get further on that. We make we create the services, picking up people on the airport. We create our cab driver, who's a tweeting guy, who's really give you all the information, who give you all the tweets before your arrival and waiting for you. And that was part through an hashtag, through DM messages, and was a quite success for us. Again, that was a story that we did as a pilot, but basically this story really was the reaction of the media generally, the reaction not of the media, of the technologies company and the people who really is in the industry, was pretty impressive for us. I mean, a lot of important media really cover us in terms of how these new experiences, mix of digital and in a specific social networks, really can create a new format of interaction. Mashable, which is the most prestigious digital magazine for innovation, mention us like this experience really redefine the format of vacation digitally. Some couple of latest slides here to share with you some figures about this experience. Basically, what we are doing, what we learn from this. We learn, and we receive a lot of social media data, basically on the first year. What's mean the social media data? All the people connected, we can have all this information related to your profile, which is pretty interesting to create this experience. What do you like, your friends, your relationship, etc. We create, of course, organic followers, a lot of mention, replies, etc. Coverage by 403 medias, 41 countries. And we move from 34 official hashtags. The first years, this is a two-season experience. The first season was 12 official hashtags, 34 in the second season. So everything came a little bit more specified. 44% of a pre-stay conversation. A lot of last minute. You know, you're familiar with a hotel tonight. There is a booming in the business. People booking last time, really last time. So we receive a lot of engagement before their arrival in terms of make sure about my check-in, my traveling moment. And that was really surprising, all these new services. We are not delivering these services in any previous history that we have online. Now we are delivering a totally different format of services. So we have actually 15 of those special Twitter rooms set up this year, which was pretty good. Over 1,000 rooms. So when we're talking about ROI in social media, it's a big thing. I mean, it depends which business you're in, depends which part of the traveling you're in, but basically it's a part of relationship management, it's a part of a create your fidelity program with the guest, but it's part of delivery services as well. So services is related to booking, it's related to so. And basically, that is the last quote of the day for us. This is from New York Times. They say, we're on a show about this kind of experiences, basically. But she play as a journalist with one hashtag, say, okay, things like that, project like this one are really here to stay, okay? So that's what we like to share with you that morning.
Excellent.
Thank you very much to everyone.
Absolutely fascinating, Marco. Thank you.
Welcome.
Whoa. I'm not going to ask you any questions right now because we're going to move straight on to Amy, but we will certainly revisit this whole concept of just a social media project devoted to... Well, I will ask you one question while Amy just loads her presentation. Is this a one-off Familiar Hotels, or are you going to extend this across other hotels in the group?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Good question, because we are in the process to decide this. I mean, it was kind of very, very good results for us. We didn't expect it that good. And we are rebranding Soul Hotels in this moment. And the coincidence of, it's one of our brand. And this hotel is under this brand. So possibly we're going to create these experiences in other 4 or 3 properties.
Use that. And is that a beach hotel? The Soul Wave Hotel, is that a beach hotel?
Sorry, I'm not sure if it's working.
It's okay. It's
Yeah,
just turning
okay.
on.
Yeah, that's good.
Could that only work on a beach hotel, not a city hotel?
Not really, not really. You can imagine, you can go and we have an hotel which is, I'm sure you're pretty familiar here. We have a fantastic location which is called the Mill London, the roof bar, radios, and imagine you can do the same kind of connecting real-time experiences. So when you, like Callahan is doing on flight, I mean, basically you can walk in an hotel and you can check in through the Wi-Fi and see which friends is in the house in this moment. Where is having a drink on the roof? Is having something on the restaurant? I mean, it depends. It's something you want to play. It's not. I mean, it's not something you agree to play with the rest of your friends. So basically, there is a lot of potential in that direction.
It's fascinating. Thank you very much for now. But we're going to move on quickly to Amy. Amy Bricks, who's e-commerce for TUI in Europe. who I'm sure would have been listening to that, and it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if tour operators are also picking up on social media being part of your profile these days, part of your passenger name record, PNR. You're going to be using all their social media data and hashtags in there as well in the future. So I think we're getting there.
Hi.
Hey, Amy's here.
I'm
Amy
trying
from
to
TUI.
work out this microphone, you know.
Please give a hand to Amy and welcome to the stage. Thank you.
Well, thank you all for coming. As Steve just mentioned, I work at TUI. It's one of the biggest leisure travel companies. And social is extremely crucial for us.
Amy.
So it's a core focus, and we have been on a journey and really improved our social service and social marketing. And I'm going to show you a short movie so that you all understand a bit about our strategy within social.
TUI is one of the biggest and most progressive leisure travel businesses in the world. We have 200 websites, we have 60,000 employees and sell over 30 million holidays annually. To keep pace with customer demand, we need to understand what the customer's requirements are. We need to make sure we're building product to adhere to that customer requirement. And social media is a brilliant way of us garnering the information and the sentiment that we require to shape the product that we need for the future. Social will be central to our marketing and business strategies going forward.
Thousands of reps all over the world, they all now have their own smartphone and they have tablets, so they are really able to make great content and post it and serve and answer the customer in a much more appealing way.
The diversity that we have within our business portfolio lends itself to problems in trying to gel together those businesses and having one common strategy, and that's ultimately was our biggest challenge within the social media space.
Every country, every brand actually was using their own tool, was trying to capture data in different ways. Social Bakers really allowed us to capture it within one tool, one dashboard where you can see all the data and actually see trends, see what's happening, see where we need to improve things.
We look very much for the kind of partner that has a lot of headroom for us to grow into and is going to help us move into the area that we want to and be best in class.
So we now have common and consistent KPIs across 18 markets. We are now able to communicate our social performance to the board. I have two favorite features of the Social Baker solutions, and one of them is the post engagement rate, to really compare our engagement levels internally to see which content works best.
Social Bakers has this award they call Social Devoted. It measures how good you are in terms of customer service. And for me, one of the biggest things that we improved once we had Social Bakers was that at this moment, 4 out of the top 5 brands within travel are from TUI.
Our Dutch brand Arke was able to improve their customer service by engaging the whole workforce, and they are now able to respond customer questions on Facebook, not in 17 hours but in 40 minutes. The future content will be all around social and user-generated content, because actually this is much more appealing for our customers. We want to be able to build strong communities that actually have a purpose for them. And we will use all our cabin crew, our destination holiday reps and everyone to make sure we provide excellent service around social media.
Social is in its infancy and we intend to be best in class in social, and I can only think that that's going to heavily involve Social Bakers in the future.
So this was just to give you an introduction of our company. As you've seen, we have really grown. We have more than 220 brands across the world, and everyone had their own social media strategy. And we now really combine it into one global strategy and really focus on social marketing and social service. As I think I'm also active on social myself, and especially when I'm traveling around. I think we know all that everyone brags about their holiday when they are traveling. You see myself here, a month ago I was in Zanzibar, and I thought, you know, I want a coconut. I want a nice drink. And I said, can I have a coconut? And they said, well, yes, but the gardener is getting it for you. And I thought, why the gardener? And he's climbing the tree. And actually, he had it in 5 minutes. He was back with my coconut. And this is something I want to share. And all other people also like to share about their holiday. Travel is just extremely social. 72% of the people, they post on social media when they are on holiday. Also, 84% trust recommendations from others. Owned media is much more trusted than any other form of advertising. You see myself here when I was in Bangkok. I also booked a nice hotel room. And I thought, I'm going to share this again on Facebook. It received a lot of engagement. And again, one of my friends booked the same hotel afterwards. Also, our customers are continuously using social media to brag about their holiday. As you can see here, we have integrated social in our mobile apps as well. And then they post before they go on holiday. There are 3 more hours before I travel. So this is just the beginning. You share about your holiday before you go on holiday while you're traveling at destination. So it's really using social at every touch point. Can everyone hear me? Okay, good. So the core strategy within TUI is all focused around 3 pillars. It's social marketing, social service, and the social workforce. With social marketing, we really want to focus on to integrate social in our marketing campaigns to make sure we have rich content. So we focus on more video content, pictures, and really focus on content that's generated by other users. So content from other users, travel experts, is much more trusted. Within social service, we really want to have service along the customer journey. Before traveling, during traveling, and afterwards. We want to provide 24/7 service, respond to any questions on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. And also make sure we answer those questions in an appealing way. If someone has a question about the size of the swimming pool, we might want to answer with an actual picture instead of just saying it's 30 square meters. The social workforce means that we want to educate our holiday reps, cabin crew, and all our staff. TUI has a lot of staff, all integrated from in-resort entertainment teams to people in the head office. And we want to make sure everyone is aware of social media and participates in our strategy. So, on those 3 pillars, if we look at social service, or in service in general, social media has extremely changed the way we now handle social service. Before, like 5 years ago, there was limited social media focus. There was maybe 1 social media manager responsible for answering all questions. Now, today, people integrated the wider workforce. You integrate experts, holiday reps, anyone is able to serve our customers. And this really enables us to provide 24/7 availability. So I think what really important is that we connect the right travel expert at the right time. So if someone has a question about an excursion, for example, in Germany when they are in Berlin, we need to make sure we connect internally and provide the right travel experts and that they can answer it, you know, by their iPads with appealing content. And as you saw in the movie, we became most socially devoted in the whole travel industry, which is a standard set by the company Social Bakers about customer care. What also is really important is that we create stronger communities, so that we focus on our hotel concepts. We have, if you book your holiday on the website, you might book with TUI, with Thomson, or any other tour operator brand. But when you go into destination in a hotel, that's also a brand that you remember and where you want to engage. It's very important to make sure we use social in all those different touch points. and that we make sure customers can connect with other customers. That's why we have smaller communities on hotel level to make sure you can ask any questions you have about the kids clubs, about other people traveling there that are very specialized. So something around social marketing, on how we improved social marketing. I think before it was all around a brand pushing a message. We were not listening to our customers, what are they saying about our brand. In travel, a lot of companies were very brochure-oriented. A lot of smaller travel agencies are still focused around this, and they create content, the company creates content. But nowadays, it's all around listening to your customers. Make sure you build a hotel concept that the customer wants. Make sure you listen to their improvements and suggestions on social media. Read all the reviews and analyze them. And really make sure you create content that is useful for them. And utilize the content that other customers generate. In travel, a lot of people like to generate content. It's just for free. If you say, follow us, hashtag us, they're going to upload 100,000 pictures for us. So there's something with the layout, sorry for that. But I want to give you a short example of something we did in the UK. We actually have done, by social media, we had the first crowdsourced wedding. So imagine Julia and Peter, on a very nice island, and this whole wedding is organized by other people, by our community in the UK. So they decide on your wedding dress, on your hand-do, and actually the location and the theme. So how it works is, for example, you vote for your favorite couple, and afterwards you vote by a wedding dress, and the wedding dress that gets the most likes gets picked. So I think this created a lot of buzz, and I just want to show you this wedding so that you can see, you give your wedding away, but they really had an amazing day. I just want to end with this example. I think it's great if you can outsource your wedding and you can use Facebook and social media for crowdsourcing. And I think what we also do is really make sure we engage at the destination. So we make sure in hotels that people can follow us, that you can check in into your room, and that they can connect with other travelers. Thank you.
I just imagine if I suggested to my future wife we crowdsource our wedding, that would have gone down well. That's reality TV, isn't it? That's what you do on TV these days. You create a scenario whereby you involve people. Is that a one-off? Was that a gimmick? Was that a media promotion thing? Or was that a serious long-term strategy? Sorry.
Again. This was something that we did in the UK as a trial. It's also the first crowdsourced wedding in the whole UK by social media, so it got a lot of attention and buzz. But it's actually something now that we want to roll out in other markets as well, because it has been so successful.
Really?
So, yeah.
They obviously got a free Thompson Day, if you like. Everything was paid for. Did they get a fee as well? Did they get a fee as well as a free wedding?
Well, a free wedding. I don't know. Yeah, they got a free wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
An holiday. Yeah.
This is like the example of the Twitter hotel as well. That brands, destination, hotel companies are now thinking of what next can we do? What next can we do? How far does this keep evolving? These ideas of crowdsourcing a wedding or a Twitter hotel.
I think it's. I mean, again, the spirit of what you're doing should be done for our point of view. In what really, I mean, what is your business? In our case, it's hospitality business. Again, it's delivering experiences. It's not just. I mean, room are almost the same around the planet and different brands. And I think what really makes the difference in your hotel experiences is what you really can remember, what you can share, what you will share about your experiences and your ability to engage as a hotel, as a company, in our case, in hospitality, with your guest. It's part of your service, should be part of your service. So should be not separate what the rest of the services then we are delivering to guests. So this real-time concept that I mentioned before, this real ability to connect is really important.
And it does, as you say, differentiate yourself from your opposition as well. You get a name known for that, being smart, clever, sassy, in touch with the guests.
Yeah, the differentiation right now, I mean, it's. I think it's also is changing. I mean, the way we are. As a competitive set, we used to do in the past a lot of really strategy around the way you are doing and your competitors are doing. Yeah. In this moment, in terms of conversation, it's pretty open. I mean, it's a real-time decision. There is a lot of offer out there, and there is and your competitors are really transparent and clear like you are. The conversation is open. It's not something then you really want to keep it in like a secret.
Caterina, as Marco says, it's still a playground, isn't it, to experiment with?
Definitely.
Do you see, as a tourist board, we used to have flash mobs. Whatever happened to flash mobs?
We thought about that.
From these two examples, what do you take from that? How do you think you can?
I think that's really a great example for a certain product. So you are in the hotel, you have a kind of pre-interaction with the brand, and this is really a good example for certain products. So we have to do marketing for all over Germany, for all the regions, for the cities, for the hotels, at least also in Germany. And I think that's a good that would be a good connection in a second stage, if we are acting as a gatekeeper to get the tourists, in contact with Germany, and then, for example, to have a kind of cooperation campaign with a hotel brand or with the state in Germany. And but as I said before, it is really crucial for us to see what comes out of it. So, is it more bookings or more sellings in the hotel or whatever, so that we can prove our marketing, which we always have at the first step when it comes to make a choice.
Well, some very impressive figures from Marco, but from TUI, I noticed Daniel Robb there. He's ex-Google, isn't he?
Sorry? What?
Daniel Robb, he came from Google?
That's correct,
So you're signing up Google now to run your business. Very smart move. Sign up Google people. We'll do that. But obviously it's social. We are able to talk to people now in a way that we were never able to do before. We're putting those hashtags and names, sorry, not hashtags, but the names of their Twitter handle and their Instagram feed into your PNRs. You know where they are. You're talking to them through the conversation. Yeah. Have you got to that stage yet where you can prove that 55% of your hotel bar revenues is improved because of this type of conversation?
No, I think we are not at the stage yet at the moment where we can say this is what it brought, this is the social ROI. Of course, with campaigns you track it, but overall it's still complicated. We can see, for example, on social you reach much more people, and compared to TV, we analyze, has it been more effective or not? Okay. But I think what it will really give us is the insights. So combining the social insight, be able to sell a holiday because we know a customer is interested in hard rock music in certain destination. If you have social plugins and you use social data, we can sell the right holidays. if you might walk by a retail shop and we know that, we can send you a tweet. So it is really becoming a sales channel, but it's still something.
I think that's a good point to know your customers better. So if we, for example, have a look on the Hotspot website where we have all these entries from all over Germany here. What is the best shop in Hamburg? What is the best information source to get around? Whatever. We can actually use that quite good. It's a lot of work and it needs a lot of more development. But, for example, that would be a kind of selling proposition for us in our relationships to our partners to say, hey, come on, we have all these data from all these travelers. Look at them and, get your idea out of it or what to improve or whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting. What really strikes me as well, though, that in the last 10 years, customer service has declined across all industries. You can't get hold of anybody to talk to. You can't even email companies sometimes. You just get a list of pre-prepared answers for you. But what you're doing effectively is customer service, isn't it? But they're making themselves heard, so you have to respond to that. So the customer service is coming back, but through social channels. Would you agree with that, Marco?
Of course, yes. I should say, customer service and all the fidelity program, it's changing. It's the CRM is changing. All the knowledge, it's not just about social data. It's not about no much as possible about client. Because we're going to be very sick pretty soon about cookies, about all the intelligent data that our company and brands are managing about us. And there is a lot of example right now of, free cookies environment or free cookie social data environment. So basically, I think it's about doing the right things at the right moment as well. So it's learning from all the patterns of information you are available to understand the correct touch points and the right moment to engage.
Very good.
Digitally or physically. Yeah. See, so it's a new dimension of customer relationship.
It's totally not that simple. Point. And yesterday we had Facebook, and they're saying exactly that. Cookies are dead. That really is quite a clunky way of capturing information. And they were suggesting Facebook within 2 or 3 years' time, you won't be served up 200 hotels. You'll be served up one hotel because that's the hotel that fits your profile perfectly. And that's quite an interesting. Making it simple, cutting it right down because you've got to know them. So well. Now, of course, we're running out of time. We're a bit late. Sorry about that. But any questions from the floor? I can take one or two. But I imagine a lot of you would like to talk to these guys when we finish the presentation. Okay? Okay, guys, going to wrap it up there because we're running out of time. But thank you so much to Amy, to Marco, and to Katarina. Thank you very much indeed for your time.